So we got an episode of Caucastic Fantastic. That would be the amazing feats of our Caucasian individuals. This episode we have an individual from Outdoor Boys channel, freezing cold, surviving it without a tent. Let's get into it.
Hello, my name is Luke Nichols, and this is the My
What up,
Life
Luke?
Outdoors YouTube channel.
A lot of people don't know he's from the DMV. I found that out the other day.
Some of you guys may have heard
he used to be a lawyer in Nova.
Recently diagnosed with cancer. So right now, Steven's got a lot on his
Prayers
plate.
to Steven's
taking
wife.
care of his wife and his 4 kids. So
Prayers
I thought I
up.
might step in and do a little YouTube video for him, so
woo.
you can worry about one thing at a time. And so here I am in the interior of
I didn't even know you could do
no
collab
tent,
videos
no
on
bag, and I'm going to be
YouTube,
sleeping in the middle of a snowstorm.
like IG.
I've got about 2 hours to
Chat,
build
y'all
a
know y'all can do
shelter
that?
and gather enough firewood to
I ain't
last
know that was a
17
thing.
hours of darkness. Oh, and because this is Steven's channel, I will be doing a little bit of gear review along the way. So
Okay,
come along for the
some
ride.
gear review along the
It's gonna be a
way.
good time.
Imagine going out and freezing cold. Like it snows today where I'm from,
on the left.
and that was cold enough for me. It won't freezing below. It won't like super below zero freezing, but like it won't negative. Is what I'm trying to say. But it was still freezing.
Man, I'm getting a late start today. It's almost 2 o'clock, and the sun's gonna set at 4.
And it was freezing enough for the roads to stick. Is what I'm trying to
Get the
say.
icy old
For the
stop
snow to
test.
stick onto the
The
roads.
ice on creeks
So-
is really unpredictable. Some places it'll
I
be
won't go
feet
on
thick,
outside
and other places
if
it'll
I ain't
be
have
super
to.
thin. Just kind of don't know. Oh, look at this.
But this dude goes out there for
There's
fun.
an otter right there. See him? Hey, little guy. Look at him.
And I imagine
He's on
it
his
is
belly
kind of
right
fun.
there.
If you can withstand the
You can
cold,
see where the water's punched up through the ice and it's flowing across the top of the ice. Sketchy stuff, man. We don't want to be over there.
no sir, you don't. You
The
stand on that,
creek's
you might
getting really
fall
close
through.
to frozen over.
Chat, that remind me one time we was at the lake, a cabin trip on the lake, and I was standing on the ice, and I be thinking about that, like, bro, that was not smart to do. You knew nothing about ice safety. I just threw a rock, a heavy ass rock, and was just listening to the rock and how that was thudding. The thud sounded solid, so I trusted it. But in the future, CT, don't do that, bro. Go back to my past self. I would tell myself, no, bro, do not do that shit.
Can tell right now that there's no dignified way to get down this hill. I've burned up a lot of time. It's getting close to sunset. I need to really find a place to camp. It's really
like,
hard to gather materials in
In
the
those
dark.
situations, you don't just put yourself in danger. You put somebody else in danger if they try to save
Yeah,
you.
look at that. Oh, I
would've
like
felt
this root
bad.
ball. You can see where a big birch tree just tipped over and its roots pulled up and made this wall of dirt. It's a great place to build your
That was-
shelter. One, because it's a wall that I don't have to make. Another nice part is that area underneath the root ball, you know that's bare ground. And you can look at it and see what kind of dirt it is. It's a lot of
It's wet
clay,
ground though, ain't it?
rocks. And birch trees don't grow in swamps. So I know if I build a fire here, it's not gonna thaw out a swamp and turn into a mud hole. There's just
Okay.
tons of dead wood around here. So plenty
So
of
he's saying
fuel
the
for
ground not
fire,
gonna be-
materials for my shelter.
Not back with the OD wet.
All right.
He be doing this for fun, y'all.
Well, in honor of Steven, I thought I would do a little bit of gear review while I camp. If you guys are looking for a camp saw, hands down the best one on the market is the Agawa. This is the Boreal. They're
Okay.
just indestructible.
I was just on the market for a
high-quality
camp
saws.
saw.
I've had this thing for years. I only need to change the saw blade about once every year or two. There's a number of copycats out there now, but this is the original. This is the best.
Okay. That come in handy. Next time I go,
It's hard to
Excuse
emphasize
me.
how much of a
Camping
time
in
crunch I'm
freezing
in right now.
temperatures.
I've got about 2.5 hours before it's dark. So in the next 2 hours, I need to cut enough wood to build my shelter and supply my fire to keep me warm all night long. So
You
what
do
I is
have
I
to
just
make sure
gather
that you
all the
have
wood
a
I can,
fire.
throw it in a pile near the shelter.
Unless you
and
sustain
then
your
if the sun
fire
goes
when you
down
do
on
stuff
me,
like
I can
this.
sit there and work on
Can
it
y'all
next
build-
to the
hey,
fire
Shaq, can y'all build a
instead of
fire?
wandering around in the dark.
think about that. Like, if you had to get put in a survival situation, are you capable of building a fire?
Looking for trees I can't
I am
see.
not. I'm not a Boy Scout. Y'all know he's a super Eagle Scout. That's the top level of Boy Scouting if you're not hip.
Is that there's a lot of dead birch here. Birch trees
know
burn
he
a
an Eagle
lot
Scout.
hotter and longer than spruce trees, so I'll need much less birch firewood than I would spruce.
Birch burns a lot hotter, is what he said. Okay. So he know his trees. He know what he
Tree came down
foraging.
and knocked my glasses off. Somewhere down here, I think.
That's not fun. Looking for your glasses. I had that happen in the haunted house one time.
There they are. Man, they were really
think-
buried. All right, I'm gonna put
Somebody
them in my
got
pocket.
scared and knocked my
Well, the
glasses
birch
off.
trees will
I had to
make good
find them Jones
firewood.
in the dark.
But I need the spruce trees for my structure. I think I'm gonna cut that one down and that one.
He cutting down a lot of trees. Like, how much wood he finna chop? Cause he cutting down like whole trees. So is he finna break them Jones down into logs? Yeah, he is. Or is this what's? Is this a?
Tell you what, guys, it's getting dark quick.
Is that for
I
like
need to put some
structure?
vigor in my step.
For sleep?
Trees.
Structure wasn't the word I was looking for. What's the word I'm looking for? Camp? I don't know. Nah, he can't be using all that for firewood. And he can't be sleeping on that. What's all that wood for?
Whew. I need to get a fire going. It's getting dark. I am soaked through and the temperature's gonna drop here once the sun goes down. So I need a nice fire before I start freezing up. I gotta be really careful where I put my tools down. The snow will bury them so quick and then you can't find them and then you're in real trouble. Let's get the snow out of here.
Yeah, that's what I figured. He was gonna sleep on this.
Getting old, I keep
Twigs.
having to put my glasses on my head. And I'll tell you what, it is really wet out here. All the wood is soaking and covered in ice. It can be really challenging to start a fire. So I'm gonna use one of these Duraflame fire starters. Really
Okay.
love these things. They're waterproof, windproof. They burn
Is he about
like
to
the
set
devil.
that
They're super
stick of
duper light.
pals?
They're about the
That pile of
same
sticks.
weight as
That pile of
styrofoam.
sticks
And take a
on
little
fire?
stick and
Oh,
wrap
yeah.
some cotton ball around it. Kind of use it like a little torch. Oh, my hands are
My thing
shaking.
is like how you make sure that you don't set like your whole entire camp on fire. But he an expert. He know what he doing. Oh, he made a big fire.
I go through and knock all the limbs off the poles. The limbs and scrap pieces go in the fire. The parts I'm going to use to build my shelter, I lean up against the root ball.
Okay,
let
so
those
he is
dry
making
next
a
to the
shelter.
fire, so they're nice and warm and dry. Had my headlamp around my neck for when it gets dark, and a branch snagged it and shot my headlamp into the snow.
Oh wow!
I see it flew around somewhere around here.
I thought he was gonna say he snapped and popped him in the neck, choked his ass.
Oh, there it is. Found it.
That's a big
Oh,
fire.
that's a toasty fire. I'm gonna be sleeping tonight right where this fire is. All the dirt in this giant root ball and all the dirt underneath the fire is storing massive amounts of heat energy. And the more heat I can dump into the ground and into this root ball, the warmer I'm gonna sleep tonight. If you wanna stay warm when camping, what's underneath you makes a big difference. I'd rather sleep on warm ground without a sleeping bag than sleep on cold ground with a sleeping bag. It makes that much of a difference. All right, enough talking. I gotta keep processing these logs. I need a little snack break. I am exhausted and hungry. Haven't eaten since breakfast. Start drying my jacket. All right.
I'm really locked in.
Got myself a
chat.
little lunch snack here. This is a gutuk. It's a native Alaskan dish. Sometimes it's called Eskimo ice cream. You take wild berries and raw fish.
Oh,
you
I was
whip
gonna
it up
say that
with
looked
snow
good
and Crisco
until
and
he
sugar.
said raw fish.
And I got some pilot bread, shelf-stable cracker that's really common up here in Alaska. Oh, it's
So he
cold.
said
My
wild
gutuk's kinda
fish.
froze solid a
That
little
joint was
bit.
looking
But
kinda
honestly, it's pretty good. And it's not
hearty.
as fishy as you'd think.
I don't eat fish, chat. Couldn't do it. I eat a twig before I eat the fish. Oh man, I love fire. That's a big fire. And so I think, yeah, he gonna let it
I thawed out
go
the
out,
ground and
and
heated
then
up
he
the
said
root
he gonna
ball.
lay
Now
on
move
it.
the fire right here.
Oh, he moved it
Typically,
over.
when I do this, I'd let that fire burn down against the root ball for like 5-6 hours. But it's pretty mild tonight, so about an hour and a half of burning should be all right. But now I need to go ahead and make my bed. I'll tell you what, this shelter is really warm, but this bed is hard on the back. I am going to try to do something about that. I'm going to see if I can't gather some sort of padding or something. I'm getting too old for this. There's tons of these cranberry bushes around my campsite, and I think if I gather up a bunch of those, I can make something slightly more comfortable. Plus, I can eat a few cranberries. Cranberries aren't the best to eat straight off the bush. They're pretty tart, but after the first frost or two, they taste a little better. Let's do it.
I thought cranberries grew differently in like the full field with the water. But I guess they make wild cranberries too, right? Guess that's better than straight wood.
Oh yeah.
Bed sweets.
But man, that is better.
Man, to be in a survival situation.
And by using green branches, I'm much less likely to wake up in the middle of the night on fire. So that's important. Well, I'm getting old, so I brought a little bit of a luxury item with me. Brought myself a caribou hide. Caribou hides are really bulky, but they're very light. Probably the best animal hide you can sleep on. Oh, man, I'm tired. Oh, starting to snow again. I might pull a tarp out. I really don't want to get my bed wet. Just pretty basic, lightweight nylon tarp. I think QU makes it.
Do a product review. This man is very
Now I need to chop up some firewood.
ingenuitive.
Yeah,
he ingenuitive.
Sun up at 9 in the morning.
That's the word I'm looking for.
Let's see, that's 6, so about 15 hours.
It's really cool knowing how to do this. I used to chop wood. Believe it or not, my grandma had a wood stove, so I'm used to making wood. I'm used to making wood piles like that.
Wall helps.
Well, I haven't done it since I was like
so it makes the fire more
18,
efficient, and it also
16.
keeps the wind from blowing the smoke into my shelter. So don't like getting smoke.
But I did used to
out in the middle
start
of the night.
fires. I know how to start a fire. A little bit.
I need a rest.
That cabin trip I
Really
mentioned
glad that
earlier,
it's
I
not
started the fire.
blowing too hard, and I'm dried out for the most part, so
That jump took a little
I'm feeling
effort.
nice and toasty.
Had to make some starter wood and everything.
I'll tell you what, guys, I really like these Hyperlite bags. The Hyperlite bags are not the lightest bags on the market, but they're close. But they're a heck of a lot more durable and a lot more comfortable than the lightest bags on the market. So if you want a functional bag that can hold a lot of gear, especially for winter camping, this is it.
The Hyperlite. Now we know what bag we need when we go camping.
All right, I brought a little thermometer along. We can see how much warmer it is in the shelter versus outside. So first I'm gonna put this outside. We'll let that sit and acclimate. And let's go get some snow. Lots of fresh snow to choose from. I think it's time to start making some dinner. Alrighty. I brought a moose steak from home. I think this is the last one I have. Got some potatoes, got some smoked salmon. Looks a little frozen, so I'm gonna stick it by the fire to warm up. And I brought along something special. This is a ball of pork fat. Now wait, hear me out. 6 months ago, I took this pork fat and I ground it up till it was nice and smooth, and I kneaded it into a ball. Then I chopped up a whole bunch of basil, cilantro, and parsley, and I mixed it into this pork fat and added a ton of garlic salt. I did that 6 months ago, and the herbs inside it are still fresh. Pure fat is a natural preservative. If you coat something in lard, it doesn't go bad very quickly. I'm gonna use this to cook my steak, and I'm gonna go ahead and make a stew with it. But I am looking forward to this. Let's see. Oh,
All of that snow melted down to just a couple cups. Oh, I'm gonna have to melt a lot of snow. All right, I got some bread flour and yeast in a Ziploc bag. I'm gonna add some warm water, and by tomorrow morning, I'm gonna have bread dough. I'm gonna have fresh bread for my breakfast. You just add bread flour and yeast. You don't even need to measure it. Put a small dash, put a big spoonful, doesn't matter. Once it's mixed up pretty good, I just stick it somewhere where it won't freeze, and it'll be ready by tomorrow morning.
Wow.
I'm gonna cook some of this mousse like a steak, and some of it I'm gonna put in my stew. If you're looking for healthy, high protein foods, it's hard to beat mousse. A while ago, I got tired of putting all my condiments and spices in little camping bottles, and I ended up just going on Amazon.com, and you can get the little things of spices and condiments that you get at, 7-Elevens and restaurants and stuff. Saves me so much time and energy. It's lighter too.
Yeah. You definitely got to cook, I guess, on this
I
joint.
made
Make sure
this
that you
steak a
eat.
couple years ago. It's just a piece of weldable sheet metal that I went and seasoned like you would cast iron. Works really good.
Chat, he's about to chef it up.
I add the moose meat.
The moose meat not wild. I say that lard, that seasoned lard sound a little bit
Use a
wild.
little bit of this lard to grease my pan.
That's on 6 months old fat.
Throw in some potatoes.
Is that joint cooking? I guess it is
Getting
cooking.
cold outside, and I'm not moving around as much as I used to. Yeah, that feels better. I should go check on the thermometer.
Yeah, what's the time?
25 degrees Fahrenheit or -5 degrees Celsius, so not very cold.
Not too bad.
25
Let's see what
degrees
temperature
Fahrenheit,
it
not
is in
that
the
bad. I
shelter,
thought it was
right
below
there next to
freezing.
my bed.
I mean below zero. 25 not OD. 25 is cold, but it ain't below zero.
Look at that, it's about 55 degrees Fahrenheit, 6 degrees Celsius.
I wouldn't call it hot, but it's certainly a lot warmer than out there in the snow.
Yeah. It ain't Chicago temperature,
piece of
bro. I went to
pilot bread
Chicago
in here.
last year.
And it'll thicken
The
up
day
the
I
soup,
left,
make it a little bit more like a
It
stew.
was in the single digits. I had never been that cold before. I think it might have hit negative like early in the morning, but it was
The
like
smoked
1
salmon's from
degree,
my buddy John up the
0
hill.
degrees
Man, he
Fahrenheit,
makes some killer
and
smoked
that was
salmon.
cold. That's the coldest I think I ever been in my life. Where I'm from,
Oh,
we don't get that
smells
cold.
Amazing. Look at that. Whoo. Oh, that.
That do look
is
kind of
not
good though.
bad. It's
Yeah.
not too shabby. I didn't ruin it.
What's that? The stew? How that gonna
Moose
get thick
steak,
like
moose
that?
and potato stew, smoked salmon, and
Oh,
pilot
the
bread.
the
We're leaning
potatoes?
heavy into
Oh,
the
he broke up the
Alaskan
bread
food
into
theme.
it. That's what it
This
was.
is good. That stew is really good. That turned out really well. Oh, all the herbs and garlic flavor in there and the fat. Oh man, that is good. I'd love to try doing that stew again with like a rabbit or a ptarmigan or something. Man, that'd be so good on a hunting trip.
Good meal. Good eats. Good eats on the camping trip.
That was a lot of food.
It
Chocolate
did look
covered
like he was
almonds
eating
just
pretty
to
good.
Leave a nice taste in my mouth.
I could have done without the smoked salmon, but everything else ain't seemed that bad.
Oh.
I know your
Tell you what,
feet
guys,
wet.
Another product I like a lot is these Solomon Tundras. They're rated to -20. and
Like,
they're built
how
like a
you
hiking
deal with
boot.
that?
So
The
if you
wet
want
socks
something
through
you
the
can
whole
hike
trip?
in, you can snowshoe in.
I
but
watched a
you need
video
it
of
for
him
serious cold
with some,
too.
he
These things
went-
are hard to beat.
He went
There's
in
warmer
the
boots
on
on
a
the
military
market, and there's
rainforest
better
type
hiking
jump.
boots on the market. But if you need a
Like it
warm
was the
hiking
military,
boot, not much
it was
else.
Marines who was
They held
doing
up really well, too. I've had
rainforest
'em for
training, and he
about
went with
2
them.
or 3
And his
years.
socks was
I'm
just cut.
constantly
They
standing
was
in
getting
the
wet the
fire
whole
and
entire
kicking
time.
stuff.
They was going in like the rain. They was
haven't
going
caught
into
a
like
fire yet.
rivers
Oh.
up into
Need to
like
go do the
chest deep
dishes before
water.
this freezes.
So just imagine what your socks go through. Like your socks just gotta be wet the whole entire time. That's uncomfortable for me. Wet and
Now that
cold
I'm done
socks.
cooking, I stoked up the fire and temperature's gone up nicely. Says now the shelter's about 50 degrees Fahrenheit or 10 degrees Celsius, so it's cozy.
That's not that
My
bad.
back is
I honestly
done.
thought he
I'm
was
gonna
below
take some Advil
below
and
zero.
Just relax.
with it. He just on got a tent.
Busting out one of my favorite products. These are adhesive body warmers from Hot Hands. The side that's not facing the fire is always a little bit cold, so I put one of these on my lower back. It helps keep me warm.
Make sure you
Gloves
brush the
drying.
chocolates before bed.
Well, I'm tired, full, warm, and dry. It's time to get some sleep.
Tired, full, warm, and dry. That's the best you
Other
can
than that,
ask for
Honor,
when
I
you're in
haven't
that
seen
situation.
Any signs of any animals, so I think it's just gonna be me tonight. But I think it's time to go to bed. I'll see you guys in the morning.
You gotta keep the fire going. Right? Oh, the fire is blazing. Did this one catch on fire? Oh, yeah.
Woke up and my wood pile was on fire.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to sleep. Oh, well, good morning. Tell you what, this shelter was an absolute success. It was so toasty warm and my back doesn't hurt. Having the twigs is a little
good.
bit of a spring, and the caribou hide made all the difference in the world. Also helps that it was pretty warm last night. I think it only got down to like 20 degrees Fahrenheit. It's been snowing on and off all night long. So I put my pot down here and been catching water that's been melting off my shelter. Well, I think I need to get up and start getting some breakfast made. Our bread dough's looking pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say he got the bread, though. What else you got for breakfast? Bread with fat. Is that the fat?
Got a little jar full of powdered tang. If you guys grew up in the 90s, or if you live in Alaska, you probably know what tang is. But hot tang is very much a thing here. Hot tang in a cow horn mug with substantial amounts of ash floating in it. Oh, that's hot. Add a little snow. I really like this mug. I made it out of a cow horn. Super easy. It's not the most practical backpacking cup, but it looks awesome. All right, I got some little packets of honey here. Warm campfire bread with melted butter and honey. It's amazing. Every time I think about campers eating instant oatmeal for breakfast, it makes me sad.
Honey bread. Not bad, not bad. Okay, I guess yeah, you clean the
Well,
plate
this has
off.
been a great trip and a great shelter, but I need to pack up and get out of here. And I'm a little worried that my car is buried. It snowed a lot more than the weatherman was suggesting, and I might have some difficulty getting my car out of that parking lot, especially if the plow buried me. That'll be fun to see what happens. Well, if you guys have enjoyed this video, I hope you'll check out more of the videos here on this YouTube channel. Steven's done a great job making some awesome gear review and gear testing videos. I have bought more than one tent because of Steven's reviews. But Steven and his family have a lot on their plate right now, and I think it would mean a lot to them if we showed our support by clicking that subscribe button and watching a few of those videos. But I think it's time to get this place cleaned up. Oh. All right, now I gotta go hike back to the car and see if I can get it out of that parking lot. Got about 8 inches of snow more than when I walked in. It's a little bit trickier. Made it. It's kind of hard to see where the road is and where the ditch is. So I put my shovel right on the edge of the ditch, so I know I have to drive to the right of the shovel. Turn on all-wheel drive, turn off traction control, and give it lots of gas. Whew. Old Kia didn't let me down. Well, that's about it. I'm heading home. Make sure to check out more videos from the My Life Outdoors YouTube channel. I'll see you guys later.
Okay.
Approximately 200 miles.
That was camping outside in freezing temperatures without a tent. I'm your homie CT, aka your man's Badan. More reactions on the way. Like, comment, subscribe. Appreciate you.